breakfast, then the bad germs come in. But if you don't eat lunch or dinner, it's okay. I met a scientist and he told me stuff.
We learned our philosophy in preschool, not business school. Hampton Inn.
If you eat a proper breakfast, you can frolic.
Craig Sullivan, my friend, how are you, man?
Great, brother. I got to spend a little time with you earlier this week. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Oh, my God. I'm at the Hampton Inn, Poughkeepsie, New York. You know it's going to be a crazy show. Let's get ready for an audit. Hey, everybody. Glenn Hausman here with the one, the only Craig Sullivan, my friend. So good to see you. I can't believe I got to see my brother for the first time in person since March 2020.
I know. It's been forever, and it was so good seeing you and everybody else that we saw at Alice. But, you know, that first hug at a conference when we're both in the same room was back. So great to see you, brother.
I really appreciate you when I grabbed you by the ass in that very sexual manner that you didn't.
I just felt it again.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was great. So we were with each other this past week in LA at Alice, and guys, we'll talk a little bit about that coming up, but not how the event was. No, we're gonna focus on the parties. We're gonna focus on all the fun stuff. And Craig, I get to see you next week at AHOACon in Dallas. How cool is that, dude?
Can't wait. Want to thank the great team over at AHOACon for bringing us out. We're going to be doing Friday Night Audit live there with an audience. So, yeah, this is great news.
That's right. Friday Night Audit Wednesday edition. Wednesday, everybody. Wednesday. We will not be on next Friday because we're going to be on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Dallas time, live from the Convention Center, sponsored by our great friends over at Ideas. We're going to learn all about what they're up to while having lots of drinks, lots of laughs, and finding out how a guy from India came over here and created a company 30 years ago before people understood what data science was. Can't wait to have those guys on that special show next Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Absolutely. That's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great seeing everybody in Dallas as well. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah. For sure. All right, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot of laughs to have. I am feeling pretty good. I'm so burnt out after being in Alice and then coming up here to Poughkeepsie, New York for a first ever college tour for my kids. How much fun is that? I took my boys away on our own, so we're having a great little guys' time right now, Craig. So that's a lot of fun. But this wouldn't be Friday Night without a great guest, right, dude?
Without a guest, you know, we've got to have a guest or we don't have an audit. And you know what? Our guest comes to us from the Lone Star State. We'll be seeing him next week as well, but he is Captain Chris Baggett of Pirate Revenue, Canyon Creek Lodging. Chris, welcome to the audit. How are you?
I have to do manual applause because I don't have my soundboard with me this week.
I've already watched a few of these episodes, so I'm going to say this to both of you right now. It's about damn time, you know. So,
listen, honestly, all of those threats that you said over time, they really do make a difference. So, I love your stick-to-itiveness.
Right on, man. Right on. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, this is great. Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. I've been waiting so long to be able to say that. It feels so right, feels so natural. Chris Baggett, we're drinking tonight. What are you making? And hopefully Craig or I aren't going to lose an eye in the process of making it.
Dude.
But first, he's going to run something. Or
what's that?
Are you going to run the clip?
What clip?
The drinking clip?
Glenn. Me clip. Oh, him.
Glenn's usually got an intro clip.
Oh,
you got an intro drinking clip?
A freaking clip!
Dude!
This is why you tune in. Look, first I'd like to remind everybody that last week, just 1 week ago, I nailed it. I remembered it.
Did.
It happened.
1 out of 35. And we've only done 25 shows. So.
I was genuinely confused when you were saying clip. I'm like, did we have something? Did we do something special that I have no recollection of? No, just what I'm supposed to do every week.
You should have let me get started and start going. And all of a sudden, that clip breaks into me and just covers up everything I'm talking about. And then I come back with a drink ready to go. So good times. Good times.
So what are we drinking there tonight, Chris?
So in honor, and we've talked several times, this whole pirate revenue thing, and this is coming off in a second because I told Craig and Glenn that if I try to mix a drink in this thing with one eye, I'm going to spill bourbon rum all over my laptop. So this is coming off in a second. But in the theme of where we've come today, and where we've gotten to with pirate revenue, we thought, well, we got to have some sort of rum drink. And while I'm not a whiskey or a liquor drinker, I'm a beer and wine guy. But I'm a bartender. I was trained as a bartender in college.
Oh, really?
So I spent a couple of years at one of the places was Granny's Dinner Playhouse. I got to see people like Ray Charles and Fats Domino and stuff. Yeah, Ray Price, or Charlie Pride. So in this theater around thing, like we would make drinks and have the rush, and then they would start playing, and then we had to do nothing. So we all got to go outside and literally for free got to watch these legends, do their stuff. It was amazing. And then I go on to this, I'll plug somebody if you don't mind. My friend Steve Brown still owns a restaurant in Grapevine called Esparza's, which is very famous. But for 2 years I was a bartender there, so I got to sling drinks and beer and wine and everything else there, margaritas particularly. So, but anyway, I'm going to probably mess this up a little bit, but I'll do my best to sort of explain it. But it's a rum drink.
Hey, listen, if you still mess it up, it'll probably be the least complicated thing ever to happen on this show.
I'm telling, and as we got going, I'm telling Glenn, I'm watching the earlier version so I can get accustomed to this show. And here's Ryan Huntsman or whatever, just mixing vodka with vodka. I was like, how can I go wrong? That dude can break a vodka drink. I can break this pretty good. So, all right, so. Am I going to just get going here? Do you want me to share what this drink is?
Take the eye patch off first.
I would really rather you, draw out the suspense just a little bit.
Oh my God! So, and from his episode, I put a pirate patch on my glass, so that's good. So I'm going to do a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some sugar, and this looks like something from somebody's break room. This is a plate. Sorry, I'm going to pour some sugar on this. Sounds like that's a song, right? And then I'm going to take a little bit of some sugar. Where's my there it is. So this is cayenne, and I'm going to just sprinkle some cayenne on top of it. Okay, just around. Probably can't see that, and you don't have to do that if you want to. I like a little heat on this drink. So now I'm going to take my peach, and I'm going to cut my peach in half, and I'm going to try to twist out the pit. The pit, thank you. There we go. So now I have one that doesn't have a pit in it, and I'm gonna listen to my country ass talking. I'm gonna take a big wedge, and I'm gonna use the juice from the peach, and I'm just gonna go around the side of the glass, okay, inside and both sides. Now I'm gonna use that to sort of do this, and now I got this. Can everybody see what I did? Yeah. So I got a little bit of both on there. So now I'm going to put some ice in it.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Hi, Dwayne Alani. Welcome back.
So there we go with that. So now this is the drink. I call it the Pirate Patch. And as I started to come up with this drink, by the way, we're going to use this again, so don't lose it. In fact, I'm going to slice it so I can hang it off the edge. Did you notice that I kept the fuzziness on? Just keep that on for now because I'd suck at getting it off. So I'm just going to leave it on there. But that's what's going on the side of the drink. So the Pirate Patch is rum, Greminier, cranberry juice, and a splash of orange juice. All right. So here we go. So
there's only 47 steps in this drink, folks. It's pretty easy.
That's right. So a little here. You can't see what I'm doing. Jesus Christ. Here we go. So a little bit of this to about, call it a shot. And then we'll do a half a shot of this Grand Marnier. Yeah. So a touch here, just a touch. And the rest is going to be cranberry juice up to about here. Golly, I'm doing all this where you can't see it. So anyway, that's that. But I'm going to splash a little bit of orange juice on that. Okay?
Your TV deal was riding on how you made this drink. You gotta relax a little bit, dude.
Do I need to slow down and start over?
No.
Here we go.
You need to drink it.
Now I got to make another one. So we thought of something today when we came up with this drink. It's red, right? It's red.
That's funny, Mike.
So what's a funny? I mean, it's funny. You're saying funny. What's a famous pirate slogan is "Red skies at night, sailors delight." So this is our pirate patch. It's good for everything. It patches stuff. And it's here for Aloha Con and for this call. Thank you all very much.
That's awesome. All right, how's it taste?
It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I hope you sell Canyon Creek Revenue Management better than that drink.
Oh my God! Just pushed myself over the cliff. All right, good times. Good times. Well, I'll keep sipping on this concoction as we keep talking. So
I love it. So this is the first time thing that's happening here on Friday Night Audit, and I'm very sad about it. But what are you going to do? I can't drink on tonight's show, so I'm just drinking a water here, which is so sad. Because one thing about staying here at the beautiful Hampton Inn and Suites in beautiful Poughkeepsie, New York, is we have to get into a car to go absolutely anywhere. And I got to take the kids out some. I got to take kids out to dinner, not to see Daddy taken to jail. So
Right.
There you go.
No, I hear you. Don't drink and drive.
Now, what college are they? Are you guys touring while you're up there?
We went to a college called New Paltz.
Okay.
I know. Hold on. Mike McManus says, I might need to walk the plank. You're right about that, Mike. Speaking of that, hey, I was told that I had to hold on to this package.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's this about?
That's for a future show. So you can't
You told me to bring it tonight.
No, you got a future show.
Next week?
Yes.
No, 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now.
All right, so 2 weeks from now, we're going to find out what is in this box.
Make sure you show them the address on that so that you get all types of fan mail.
It looks inappropriate.
If that's what they're calling threats these days,
It looks inappropriate. Whatever.
Go
ahead and open it, Glenn. You took all this way. Why don't you go ahead and open it?
I don't know. It was ticking, but then it speeded up, and now it suddenly stopped. So
it wasn't. Was it buzzing?
I don't know.
Was it buzzing?
We lost Glenn. Boom! He's back.
Oh my God! Too funny. Too funny.
Hey, Andrea, great seeing you.
Hello, Andrea.
All right, here's the thing.
Being fuzzy, and we were a little fuzzy Monday with some of those parties at Alice. That was a good time.
That, my friend, is how you do a segue. Craig, why don't you tee it up then?
Well, Glenn and I were up there. Glenn was doing his great show with Anthony in the morning. We connected with some people in the afternoon. I was doing some vlogging from Alice, and then let's see, we had IHG, we had Kay Lang and Associates had a little thing across the street from Alice, so I was there, and then we ended the evening at the Pacifica Hotels party at their Wayfair Hotel, which dates back to the early 1900s. And we were in the speakeasy, the Lily Rose, which was a lot of fun. Great band. And then up to the rooftop, and everything in between was kind of a blur or fuzzy, as somebody had mentioned earlier today. So,
Chris, have you been to a conference yet, or is AHOA next week going to be your first one?
Well, I've been to various conferences in different capacities. So high tech several times. I was a strategic director for Pegasus. And then when I was with brands like IHG and stuff, went with the brands. And those were gosh, a week before, a week after, pre and post. I mean, it was a 3-week deal. So very much.
You haven't been to one. You haven't been to one post pandemic.
I've not post pandemic, and I've never been to AHOA. So this will be a big deal for us. Plus, as our own, this is our first booth as a company. This is very exciting. We don't know what we don't know yet, and we're trying to bring as much experience as we can. But it's the little things that I'm sure will trip us up. But can't be afraid.
Well, if you're not afraid of that, definitely be afraid of this. Get ready for 100-degree weather here in Dallas Metroplex.
Right.
Well, great seeing you out there in LA. So basically, every time I saw this guy who's hanging at the Yard House, you guys out there draw your own conclusions.
Right.
Maybe it's because I was staying at the Yard House the entire time he walked by once. I don't know. I don't know.
Hard to say.
So, Chris, so we were at Allison. We had such a good time over there, getting together with people again, getting reacquainted. I had the hug of a lifetime with Craig Sullivan that we were talking about before. All of this really great stuff, but it was really fun, Craig, getting back out there and going to the parties and stuff like that, right? Screw talking about the numbers, the predictions, and all of that. Let's talk about the party. Did you get to go? You didn't get to go to that opening night reception, but it was really cool because it was outside, which made sure nobody had to wear the mask. They had all these local food trucks that were there. So instead of having traditional conference food, we got to eat off of all these food trucks. So that was creative. It was fresh, really innovative, playing on the trends, plus made it just fun again,
Yep.
That's the word I'm going to use with Alice. It was fun. It was just good to see
She
people.
did see me at Yard House.
He moved in.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was just so good to see everybody. And then, I think everybody would admit that they are not in conference shape. Being on your feet all day, and whether you were shuffling between the educational components or a general session or meetings and standing outside so that you can enjoy the weather, you can enjoy seeing people face to face. I think it kind of burned everybody out the first night. But you know what? It was just really good to see people that we haven't seen in well over a year. Just to help solidify all those relationships that we've all got that have all suffered because we've been in a lockdown mode.
Yeah. So, Craig, you're talking about being all tired and stuff like that, but come on. Now we are a little out of conference shape, but that didn't stop you from enjoying these events. So, you went to the Wayfair. Our friends at Pacifica Hotels own that place, right? And they did this cool downstairs space with the help of our friends over at the Getty's Group, it looks like.
Yes. Getty's Group did a great job. It used to be a speakeasy in the 1920s, and they brought it back to life. They completely renovated and revitalized, new mechanicals, new everything. Beautiful bar. Lily Rose is the crazy aunt that is passed away, and you go into her house and you find out that she has collected tchotchkes from all around the world. She's a hoarder, and you never knew how cool she truly was. So you get
it's kind of cruel of her to have blocked that 80s cover band in the basement, though.
Yeah, that 80s cover band was pretty good, and we had some great food, a lot of great conversation, great music. And, it was the perfect segue to bring back the old, but also to ring in the new, because the rooftop was totally added by Pacifica Hotels. They punched through the roof, added the additional elevator space, added the bar, everything else, even a little plunge pool. And there was a hotel broker that made a plunge in the pool, and we're not going to mention his name, but it did happen, and it was early on.
Was it an accidental plunge or a oops, I'm not used to being at conferences in a year and a half type of a plunge?
Oops, I am water high in my shoes and pants up to my top of my calf, and standing in water. So it was funny and scary all at the same time. But if you look at this hotel and what they've done and what they've put into it, It's a great urban core, minimalist hotel with a lot of art and great food. Probably the 2 best breakfasts I've had in the past 3 to 5 years were at that hotel.
Wow.
Just amazing. And best burrito. Okay, Glenn, we'll get this straight right now. I am not addicted to coffee. Coffee is addicted to me. Okay.
Oh, is that how it is?
That's how it works. Best
Human mind is an
barista
incredible thing how we
downtown
can
LA.
rationalize anything.
You know I can.
Hey, that's why you're a pro.
But best barista in downtown LA is also at the Wayfarer Hotel. Hats off to the entire team at Pacifica Hotels. Absolutely beautiful job, top to bottom.
Well, Greg,
it's got to be your mustache.
The hat that I was going to give you is still here with me. I never got it to you while we're in LA, so I don't know if hats are coming off just
Traveler.
yet.
It's a traveler.
All right. So be sure to tune in to next Wednesday night special edition of Friday Night Audit to see if Glenn actually can get Craig this hat, ending 3 months of controversy. We'll find out.
I have faith in you, brother.
The traveling hat. Yeah.
So Chris, this is going to be your first conference that we're talking about. People at Alice, they weren't prepared. I saw it at the Hunter conference. The day after that first night was a disaster for many, many people. I saw the same thing at Alice. What are you going to do? What are you doing to prepare, to get into shape, to be ready for the real conference I haven't been to in the last year and a half?
Well, now that you said that, now I'm leaving because now I'm scared. So I'm just going to take off, and I guess I'm going to go to Galveston for the week.
Always watching.
We over-ordered stuff. What I really took away from some of that conversation was that first day of just burst. We're not conference ready. We're not physical shape, standing up all the day. Listen, I sit down, I'm at my chair on calls and stuff. I have to force myself to stand up. Glenn's standing up right now, right? And it's one of those things where
I'm only standing up so I could look down on you.
Well, absolutely, David Letterman. So that's what this is all about.
And I'm walking around, so I'm in training for the conference.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to do something in 48 hours to get myself in Superman shape, I guess. But
you said before you go on to that, I'm sorry, you said David Letterman. So
yeah,
that's a reference because he used to make his desk artificially high and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he could be superior to the guests.
I never noticed it until everybody remembers Andy Kaufman, or at least the name, right? He had this. He did this segment once with Elaine Boozler. Can you believe I remember this? And he had this desk. He had this desk that was like 20 feet up in the air.
Right. I do remember that.
You remember that? He's talking to Elaine Boozler, who's talking to him like this and stuff. And it was just like an exaggeration of Letterman and how he had always set it up to look that way. So when you're doing that, I said, okay.
That's hysterical.
Oh my God. Right. So,
but it works. I feel artificially superior. So
you are superior, Glenn. Let's just be honest. You are superior. You are superier.
Me that I'm in upstate New York, maybe I feel more
brother.
like Huron or Michigan. That's fair.
But
you don't get much good Great Lakes humor these days, folks. You just don't.
Yeah. But to finish up, we've got 4 people in the booth, or 4 people with the group that will be here. We'll be probably 2 in the booth at a time. We'll be shuffling off. I want to make sure we get the experience and get around, not just be just huddled in the booth. We're going to get out, hand out patches, bottles of water, and hopefully attack and be in the right place. But again, like I said, we're going to make some mistakes. But if you guys have any advice, please share it. So we'll listen. And I promise.
Any rumor that you're also doing tattoos?
Man, I did not start that, but that's not a bad idea. Some of those temporary tattoos. That's a great idea.
Just Big Mom one with the heart.
It's a great Chosky, right? I remember, and I'll go back. This is how old I am. What a dinosaur. So Disney's, was it Treasure Island? I remember going to the theater, and I remember they gave out these little tattoos, man. I remember I'm 6 years old, and at the theater, they gave out these little tattoos, and it was little skull and crossbones and stuff. And yeah, that's not a bad idea. I bet I could buy some of those at Party City. That'd be good.
Yeah, that's great. So Michelle is saying, hey, is it open for locals? Yeah, come on by. You could come to the booth and hang out and watch and participate, maybe even. Who knows? Yep. We don't know. Yeah. The first time we're doing this live with the opportunity for people to watch us. How much fun is that going to be? Dallas Convention Center, Wednesday evening, 4
Yeah.
p.m. Dallas time, 5 p.m. Eastern. So,
Yeah.
Chris, I want to see you out there ready, in shape to do it. Are you worried that, you're going to be more tired than you expected? Are you hydrating a lot right now? Are you juicing? What is your secret right
Raw
now?
eggs.
Raw eggs. I need to turn you guys on to a great, if you can find this rental movie, it became a play on Broadway called Hands on a Hard Body. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
You got to find the 96 movie. And it's all these people preparing to win this truck by keeping their hands on the truck, right? And these people, well, what are you doing to prepare? And this one guy was like, oh, I'm just eating oranges in a Snicker bar. Like that was his way of preparing. So to answer your question, as silly as it sounds, we will have additional water. We will be hydrated. I think that's probably the biggest thing we can do. But I think sitting down, this sounds crazy, but we got to take breaks. We got to share our time in the booth and get out and do some other things. We can't just stand there because I think it'll just drive us crazy.
Right.
So
yeah, it'll be absolutely torturous. So, Craig, everything always goes back to fish because that's the way nature always.
That's the way you
intended.
roll.
As a matter of fact, there's a Broadway version of Hands on a Hard Body, and the music was done by Trey Anastasio, the lead guitarist from Fish. So
no kidding.
So speaking of that, remember Friday Night Audit, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th coming at you from live from Atlantic City before the Fish concerts. My crew is going to be on, spilling the beans about what I am like in real life when I'm hanging out with them. That's sure to be a disaster. So, Chris, your friends ever betray you before? What's that like? I'm just trying to get prepared.
Friends that betrayed me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're at the bottom of the ocean, Glenn. I mean, come on, I'm a pirate.
They walk the plank.
They walk the plank. I listen. I think we've all, we've had issues where we've done good things and smart things, and I've certainly made my mistakes along the way or whatever. But I hope I don't have too many enemies out there.
Well, Chris, if you do make mistakes, Pedialyte, that's the secret to curing all of them right there.
Yes.
That's really good. I mean, my wife still hasn't gotten over when I pushed my kid aside. He was a little dehydrated and chugged it up myself. But I was pretty drunk.
This is a special group, folks.
That's a joke, everybody. Do not call Child Protective Services. Comedy people.
Tell them how old your children are now. So, obviously they're older because they're taking them to college tours. So,
or maybe I just maybe my genes are so awesome. I got 2 little Doogie Housers or something like that in my house. Not the case.
Wow.
They're actually 27 and finally getting close to graduating high school.
My 22-year-old. I will say this is the closest I've been to Child Protective Services. I'm trying to think of what else I've done stupid, but she was probably a year old, and I had been cutting jalapenos, and she was at that teething stage, right? And instinctively, I just put my finger in her mouth.
Oh God!
Man,
dude, let me tell you, she's cried for like 5 minutes or whatever, and to this day, she will now eat some hot food. She just walked in the door. She might come over here to tell you how bad and how traumatic it was, but it was that face, when she looks at you like, "What have you done to me?"
Right, and you're so powerless to do anything about it. I had a situation just the other week where I was cutting a Scotch bonnet pepper, and I don't know exactly what transpired, but a seed got in my eye somehow.
Dude,
that was my wife was tutoring a kid on the computer, like she had a whole class of them or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to scream bloody murder, but my eye was dripping. It all turned red. I had my eyes underneath the sink in the kitchen. It was freaking insane.
I've made those mistakes around the eye and let's just say in the bathroom area, and that's just it's not comfortable. And it reminds you, don't do stupid shit, So or at least try to do less stupid things. But dude,
it's hard when you're human. We all do stupid shit.
A Scotch bonnet, that's hot, Glenn. I mean, you could almost damage your eye with that one. I had habanero in my eye once, but you just don't want to do that every day.
I do not want to do that ever.
Nope.
Ever again. Now I understand why people wear gloves a lot when dealing with peppers as well.
Yeah.
So you don't accidentally do something like that. So check this out. Someone actually knows what's going on in Poughkeepsie. Mike Mazziello says, hey, if I'm up there, you can head over to the Chance Ozzy and Iron Maiden cover bands tonight.
Very nice. Very nice.
That my kids will love that. My sons love Iron Maiden and Ozzy, who they have never heard of before. But I bet you they would actually, like that.
I love it. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, how could you not? Then I'll probably have to stop at like some headbanger shop on the way home. They'll be so into it.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle say holiday is not good for the eyes. No.
True.
All right, hold on.
We all felt it when you said that.
I'm gonna. This is one of those moments of immediate regret. Why can't the pirates say the alphabet? Why? Mike? So let us know.
Is it? There's no R.
R.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's got to be it. Wait, he got stuck on the R.
R.
You heard about the new movie coming out, the new Disney one, right? It's rated R.
So Michelle MacArthur, she's super excited. She's going to be the guest on No Vacancy Live. Can't wait to see you on there. I like that. She's talking about she's going to give us some clues and stuff like that. How to better take care of yourself, I think, during the AHOA event as well. Craig, please. I don't know what your strategy is, but my strategy comes down to 3 words: more beef brisket. How do you see it?
More beef brisket and more water.
Yeah, that's hard to say. Beef brisket, more beef.
It is.
More beef brisket.
It ain't hard to eat though. Oh
no, not at all. But
you would say, I'm gonna eat a lot of.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm old.
We're gonna have some great Indian food too. I can't wait.
Oh yeah,
cannot wait.
Yeah,
cannot wait.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Oh, the Indian conference food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just the other day, I was talking to Vinay Patel, incoming chairman, about all the important things that they're going to be doing at AHOA, and I was then, got bored of talking about the real important stuff and started talking about how much I appreciate that Indian food scales up to serve thousands, and it's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
We've done a few town hall meetings, and we had it catered in at one event that I was sponsoring, and I got to tell you, it was great. They scaled it up for, I don't know, 300 people. It was a smaller town hall meeting, I guess, but it was great, and the food is just absolutely outstanding. I've got a group of guys that been with me since the beginning of my career in hospitality, and we get together a few times during the year, and it is nothing but home cooked Indian food the whole time. And nice. You were speaking of your daughter not liking spice. My son, if he happens to be coming over for dinner, he will not eat if I've been out eating Indian food, because I'm turning up the spice level and everything that I'm cooking dramatically. And it's like, I used to question him. He used to get a bead of sweat across his forehead.
Right.
Really? You're my son and you can't take spice?
Well, now that we're getting older, we have to compensate by adding a lot more spice to be able to taste anything.
That's right.
Well, that you got to turn the volume up to here. So at least I'm constantly turning up the volume. So what?
Well, hey, where's everybody's taste right now? Is everybody still struggling a little bit with the taste thing? I've had COVID, by the way. Does everybody know that? Not that everybody's going to touch me.
I haven't tasted anything since March 2020. Is that something I should be concerned?
I recovered. I'm not going to talk about my vaccine position because I think that's a little political. But my taste is back, but it's not the same. I can tell. There's just a little bit there. Right. And I'm not, to your point. Like I love spice. I love to lay it on there, but I don't. I think I'm adding more now than I did before. It might be because I'm sitting here adding cayenne to the rim of this drink. Maybe that might have been part of this, but just little things are just seem to be a little stronger, or I'm having to be a little stronger. Yeah.
What about your barbecue? What are you doing there? Are you turning up the heat on your barbecue sauce, whether it's a dry rub or a wet?
No, we're very hickory smoke stuff in the ring and all that, and a lot of brown sugar mixes and stuff on the edge, but. I haven't really adjusted that at all.
Do you prefer the hot sauce or the fire sauce at Taco Bell?
I like the flavor of the hot sauce. I don't mind the regular sauce, not the fire sauce. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm a Taco Bueno guy, by the way. I know it probably doesn't mean anything to either of you guys, but down here it's either Bueno.
I hear it's a good taco.
It's nice, yeah. Plus, I don't know about you guys, but there's taco wars down here. There's Velvet Taco, there's Taco Joint, there's Taco City, there's everything. It's become this taco war down here. So they've all got their own stuff. So we're blessed to have options in tacos, I guess.
Did you get In-N-Out Burger by you?
Oh yeah, and that lines down the highway, dude. Still, even after they open up, it's just months, years later, there's still a wait.
Yeah,
they do a really good job of managing that, how they walk around the cars. So yeah, In-N-Out's solid, double.
Yeah. Here, talk about betrayal. Mike McManus, Taco Bell lost me when they got rid of Mexican pizza, dude. I feel your pain. I'm coming back from LA and pulling into the Taco Bell at around midnight. And I'm like, I could really like a Mexican pizza. But what happened to the Mexican pizza? I forgot they had taken it off the menu. It was a total bummer. I love Chris laughed Chris said Craig laughed so hard that he knocked himself off air. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. I'm
glad I'm not breathing in whatever you guys are, man. I'll be coughing like you guys in a moment here.
Oh my God.
I gotta freshen my drink up. You don't mind, do you?
No,
please do. Someone's got to do all the drinking. Have one for me. It's really annoying that I'm not drinking. So I got to ask Mike Mazziello. Listen, you seem to know about great music up here in Poughkeepsie. Could you hook me up with a dinner suggestion? We could really use a dinner suggestion. We are 2 for 2 now on meals up here, which is super exciting because we're often bored and depressed by meals in Smithtown. Of course, the notable exception is at the Houseman Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse. Come on down. We got ribs for you. But other than that, we don't really have a lot of great places. So last night we went to this place, Essie's, which had a chef that I think has a lot of influence from the South and the Caribbean and stuff.
Nice.
And combine these flavors into really great stuff. We had some amazing pork last night, some great fried plantains, just done in a fun, innovative sort of way, really delicious. And today we had the most amazing Mexican meal. I was so shocked by the high quality of food up here in Poughkeepsie and Newburgh and all of that. So I need to go 3 for 3. My son wants to go to this Cajun place. I'm a little thinking it may not be up to our standards. So any suggestions would be really helpful. Chris, how's that?
In the Cajun or in the Mexican? You've already had Mexican. You just got to do what's left. Cajun? What do you say your options are?
Well, there's a Korean place, a Cajun place. We're hoping to get some seafood. There seem to be some farm-to-table concepts around here as well that looked awesome. However, one of them has a brunch with chicken and waffles. And so we don't want to go there tonight. I think we want to go there in the morning before heading out.
I mean, you're good on seafood on the East Coast.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that, dude.
So you're good. You're good on seafood. I mean, do you have to go to Poughkeepsie to get great seafood? That's up to you. I think Cajun to me seems a little distant. To me, what caught me was the Korean barbecue.
Yeah,
I'd be curious how good that is. That sounds.
The only wrinkle with that, Chris, is that we love Asian foods. It's like a big part of our overall menu.
So they're like, well, pick the one that you don't. Pick the one that you're not getting at all the time.
That's right.
Are you getting Cajun where you are in your neck of the woods?
No, there's nothing good near me that's Cajun out. I don't like to brag, but
Cajun's iffy. Let's be honest. I mean,
I know I make a great jambalaya, but it's so hard to. It's so hard to find something. These places got oysters and all of that kind of stuff too.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think of crawfish, and I think some of those things that go into those mixes. I mean, they got it's a long trip, right? So it's hard to freeze a crawfish. In other words.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You got that. Man, one of the worst things, other than obviously all the actual worst things that happened during the pandemic, was Choice was doing their annual conference. Not at Mandalay Bay, finally, but in New Orleans. And I was so psyched to get back to that city and have real Cajun food. having some beignets at Cafe Du Monde, having an oyster po' boy, having some real gumbo and jambalaya and fresh oysters right there on Bourbon Street. Chris,
Right on.
you strike me as a guy that likes New Orleans.
Oh my God. I have a contractor. So the people that work for us, some of them are here in Dallas, but I got people all over. And one of them is in New Orleans. And I just want to say to myself, find a reason to go work out of New Orleans for a week, at least once every quarter or whatever. Because I mean, are you kidding me? I love New Orleans, and I don't have to get on the quarter. That's getting a little crazy. And if you know what you're doing in New Orleans, you know how to get around it. The food's so good there, so good. Yep. Hey,
I love live music, so being able to go from one to the other, like there's this one place that had great Zydeco music and fried gator that I always love to go to.
Was that out on Pontchartrain? Was that downtown or was that out by Metairie? Where was that?
That was on Bourbon.
Oh, it was on Bourbon Street, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's probably still there in some form or another. But I've been going to New Orleans since the early 1990s. Speaking of food, Sonny Bryant's Smokehouse, 12 cuts of Brazilian steak, lots of great stuff. Oh man, we got to figure out something. Yeah, Michelle, I'm going to eat myself some barbecue there. I may have to sneak out on one of those Indian meals in favor of some local barbecue.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah,
dude, maybe we'll go get ourselves some barbecue after our Wednesday night edition of Friday Night Audit next Wednesday, right here, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Dallas time. Come by, check us out.
Yeah, Captain Chris is going to be there too. He's going to swing by. So
that's awesome.
I may have to get a van and just kidnap you guys and just take you somewhere.
Did you do that after we bring Friday Night Audit to the Planet Hollywood Resort in Mexico?
Right.
Go on that trip.
Yeah, no marks, no bloody eye, no black eyes or nothing. So yeah, come back in one piece, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Glenn, you wrapped up your trip in LA in a very special way. Why don't you tell the audience about that?
I shall tell the audience about it, and of course, I forgot to load up all of the stuff for it, which is stupid.
But you can find it on the No Vacancy YouTube channel, and while you're there, subscribe and smash that bell, 2021 style, so you know about all of Glenn's updates.
Right, be a legend. All of those things that YouTubers say that we're too old to know. Do those things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Chris, I got to do the craziest effing thing that I've ever done in my entire travel-related life.
What's that?
So, I got to go at LAX. So a number of 3-4 years ago, you probably saw some headlines that they built this fancy new celebrities type of terminal, right? So they don't have to go check in with all the normies.
Dude, I saw that. That's really cool. You said that in the video.
In the law.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that. I don't think everybody saw it.
So freaking awesome. So, I talked about it on No Vacancy Live, but on this one, what I want to talk about how cool it was. I'm strolling in at 11 in the morning, and they're like, here, all this alcohol is complimentary. And usually I'm not a drinker before I get on flights because I got to drive when I get to the other end. But I'm going all the way across country, right?
Yeah.
So I remember once, man, I was flying from Paris home, and I had time to get drunk, sober up, get drunk and sober up, then drive home. I can certainly do one round of that. Right?
That's right.
So they're like, they welcomed me. I got this Japanese whiskey, which was freaking awesome.
Wow.
So I downed one of those, and then what am I going to do? I can't.
It's a Japanese whiskey, not sake. So it's a brown whiskey. It's a brown whiskey.
Correct.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow. Yeah, I want to see it. Where do you get that? Only there. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a glass of it in this private suite, which was absolutely incredible. So I'm in this private suite, sipping this whiskey. I'm thinking about all the crazy ass celebrities that come and go from these rooms, and how it's just you and the people you're with, your entourage or whatever, and how amazing it must be to come in, not have to see another human being other than your escort, who does the entire thing. They don't even pass you along from person to person. The woman who greeted me when I arrived wound up being the person who took me through the private TSA, who wound up being the driver for my vehicle. to take me to the plane. So, like, really super discreet, that service that they have there.
That's almost like FBO, like that private jet stuff,
Right.
So that's crazy.
And the nice thing is, Glenn said to the plane. They drive him to the tarmac and get him on the plane there. He is not in the Delta terminal or any other terminal.
You're not coming down the jetway. How do you get on the plane? This is a commercial
You go,
plane.
where when you're just about to board the plane and the guy in the orange vest is looking at you taking bags, and he goes in, has that special little door with the stairs that go down there.
You're going right up there.
The jetway. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what you do with
I came up those stairs. God. So the car pulls up right next to the plane, and like the
I want to do that.
Engine is like right there behind me.
I want to do that. I want to do that from now on.
It was the coolest freaking thing, dude. We got stuck in traffic. We had to stop for a plane to go by. It was so freaking cool. It was so freaking cool. I felt so out of my league on this thing, but it was so much fun. So I had my whiskey. Then I had some Casamigos over there, dude. So
nice.
I had some of that. Then they were talking about all the snacks, and they have to give you this little box that you could pack some stuff up. So I got myself a couple different types of beef jerky. So I got that. In fact, I probably have that here still somewhere. Nope. Must have eaten the beef jerky.
That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Or very delicious.
I made it.
Oh, producer David.
What's up, David?
I'm sorry I'm late, but I had to, unfortunately do some parental duties, but I couldn't just let the whole show go by without jumping in here. I'm fashionably
Absolutely. Hey,
Chris,
and sexy. How are you?
Hold on 1 second. Mike, I've not been to Shadows on the Hudson. I'm going to look that up. Sorry, Dave. Go on.
No, it's fine. I'm used to you interrupting me in my big moment. It's totally fine.
Right.
It's basically a regular day here on the Friday night audit wall.
Right.
Glenn, where are you today? I missed that part of the show.
I'm at the Hampton Inn and Suites Poughkeepsie, New York, baby.
Oh, okay. What are you doing in Poughkeepsie?
Big pimpin'.
Hey, Carol. What are you doing in Poughkeepsie?
What are you doing in Poughkeepsie?
Right now, I'm looking at the menu for Shadows on the Hudson while Dave makes his very important comments.
Well, Hampton Houseman over here, that's
Hampton Houseman. Wow.
The biggest reason I came on.
I may have been, kicked out of East Hampton, West Hampton, Southampton, but I am still allowed to stay at Hampton Inn, which is lovely.
Nice.
Well, I came on for very, very important reasons, guys, because this is the big deal. I could have easily just skipped the show, let it go, come on next week, but there's really some big breaking news, guys. Now, we've talked in the past about, and I'm gonna have to go let my son into the house because he's crying for his sister. As you can see behind me,
that's breaking.
When we get home, that is breaking news. But the real breaking news is that, guys, we have some amazing. And Amy, is Amy here today? I haven't seen the comments yet.
Yeah,
no, I haven't seen her as of yet.
That's 2 in a row, Amy. 2 weeks in a row missed. But
our number one fan.
It's really ridiculous how people have lives and do stuff.
I know. How dare they enjoy their Friday night in the summer and
without us,
here, right? I mean, I don't get it. But we have some great new merchandise that you guys can purchase. And Glenn, Craig, up top, where can you purchase this merchandise?
Redbubble,
the Aloha Craig store.
There
and
you
now,
go.
From the Aloha Craig store, you can get your very own Grumpy Glenn merchandise.
Wow.
LA
Nice.
Grumpy Glenn. Hashtag
LA Grumpy Glenn. We're going to do this. Again, I got in here a little bit late, so I didn't have it set up as I should. You can get the Grumpy Glenn Fan Club mug for when. And the cool thing about this mug, guys, is that you can use it during the week. Wake up, have your coffee, but then at night on Fridays when you're doing the audit, switch it over to your drink of the week, and you can have your Grumpy Glenn Fan Club margarita, vodka, whiskey.
Absolutely. Dual purpose, multi-purposing.
We have
You
the
are too
Grumpy
funny, dude.
Glenn Fan Club t-shirt I know Chris is already purchasing it right now. I mean,
I have 10 of each on order already. So please keep going.
this is going to be your company's new uniform. I'm assuming. I mean, that's what I was told.
And you got one more shirt, David.
And then we have the Grumpy Glen, LA Grumpy Glen tie-dye shirts. You can
Man,
really
I love
feel
that
like you're in
stuff.
LA.
Yeah.
When did you do all this? This is hysterical, dude.
And then, last but certainly not least, you can get a variety of options here.
Really?
You can get your Black Plains, hashtag LA Grumpy Glen, hashtag New York Grumpy Glen, hashtag New York greater than LA Grumpy Glen, hashtag Grumpy Glen. But I'm going to add in there now, you can also get your hashtag Hampton Houseman Grumpy Glen t-shirt, or
now how much did you pay?
Glen's Best Bagels t-shirt.
I love it. So there's no Ahoa Glen, no Grumpy Ahoa Glen t-shirt. Have you?
That's next week.
That's next week. Yes.
I'm sure I'll have things to say that annoy me because that pretty much is my whole life. Being annoyed by things.
Oh my god!
Before we move on, one last time in case there's a lot we threw out there. I know I came in hot today, but again, Hampton Glen Graybeard. Where can we find all this amazing products to buy?
Red Bubble.
Red Bubble.
The Aloha
Red
Craig
Bubble.
store.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the fishing
Barbecue
Glen.
Glen.
The fishing Glen t-shirt. I like that one.
That's got to be a tie-dye one for sure.
Yeah, so I'm really psyched. I can't wait to be doing the Friday night audit from the Showboat in Atlantic City. I just found out today that we'll be down on the hotel floor where the sports bar and stuff doing the show from inside a boxing ring. How cool is that going to be?
Nice. Very nice.
When I was down there last month for my daughter's birthday, they had some sparring going on. So each morning and early afternoon, I don't know if you've seen the boxing ring yet, Clem. It's basically right by the boardwalk entrance, and it's right out in the open. There was people there, they had their headgear on, they were practicing, and people were watching. You got a decent free boxing match. You're at the Lucky Snake arcade. You got the boxing match behind that. There's the bar right there. There's another bar to the right. There's a lot going on at Showboat.
Can you imagine? Yep. Can you imagine fights just breaking out in that boxing ring just for the hell of it after a few cocktails? What are you looking at? Looking at me? You looking at me? Yeah. All of a sudden, there's just fights. Everybody's in the rings and stuff. That'd be awesome.
I will give away a free LA Grumpy Glen t-shirt for anyone who goes to Showboat, watches the show live, and before we go off air, goes in the ring and gives Glenn Houseman a nice sock in the face.
Oh, no.
But a Hollywood sock.
It's good sport.
It'll have to be completely staged,
If it's outside the ring, then it's a fight. But if it's in the ring, it's good sport. There's a difference, Craig.
No.
You can't take it outside the ring.
No,
Colleen, those are all real products, Colleen. Your leg is not being pulled. You have to go to the Redbubble, the website Redbubble. I'll get the exact. It's redbubble.com, Craig?
Yes, and they will be up there.
Sorry, I just went to the Redbubble. They're real.
Yeah, redbubble.com. You have to search in the search bar the Aloha Craig store, and then that's where you can find it all. You can purchase it right there, have it shipped over to you. Again, it's Aloha Craig. I'm actually pulling it up right now so everybody can see it.
Yeah, I haven't loaded up the shirts yet. I just got the ones created today, so they're coming. They will be there soon.
I did, and I ordered some of these coming in soon, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, so yeah, Colleen, you have to make sure you get one of those. We're gonna get Glenn's gonna wear some shortly. Craig obviously already is buying some right now. You can see him taking a look at his phone. So there's a lot to do right now.
I'm trying to get a Redbubble.
The last 5 minutes. That's what I said. You're buying the shirts. I get it.
Heck yeah. I'm also thinking about how to sell some of these pirate patches on here. That'll be what I need.
Well, what you patches, Craig, is
we've also got protectors for your iPads, your
hashtag
MacBooks.
LA Grumpy Glen on an eye patch and sell
See?
the eye patches.
Now we're talking.
As my son screams. Yes.
I love him. I want to see him.
Jump on the trampoline, so they're gonna go do that.
What was Fox yelling? Red Bubble? Did I hear?
He was
there he is.
He was yelling.
Hey, buddy.
Where are you? Hello?
Colleen
What's
asked
his-
where are the proceeds going. I'm like, if there are any, I'm like, that would be awesome if there were proceeds. I don't
To
even.
this show, man, and to my whiskey collection. What are you talking about? That's where this is going.
are we doing whiskey today? I missed the whiskey show.
Dude, we're drinking it. Dave, we're drinking a
drinking
Pirate
rum.
Patch. I'm going to bring you one.
Please
Yep.
do. Please do, especially because I can see, obviously you work in revenue management. Budget season just started. I just finished my first pass of my segmentation, so I could definitely use several of those.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
it's budget friendly. Budget friendly
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, Colleen, this is definitely a for-profit enterprise. This is not for charity on this
Right
one.
on.
But by the time we
are all kind of charity cases over here. So
but by the time we pay for all the
How we got
expenses
here?
on this, our cut will be like 9 cents or something like that. For
How we got here?
lucky.
Right?
Yeah, the delta is very small on this. So. I think we've made $15 to split 3 ways so far. So.
You think Delta is annoyed about all the bad press they're getting with this variant stuff that's going on? Because I know that the aged chocolate candy people in 1983 were not very thrilled with what was going on.
Yeah, I think they're exceedingly.
Those are expectorants, weren't they? Like for whatever that is to make you go to the bathroom. AIDS?
Yeah.
They're instantly out of business.
Yeah.
I would say that Delta would be very, very upset about the name connotation. But fortunately for them, they have a great influencer behind them who was always talking about Delta, and that, of course, is the great Glenn Houseman, who was always saying how great Delta is. And I know Glenn, for travel advice, in truth, I'm not even saying this facetiously. In truth, Glenn is an influencer and an authority in travel. So if Glenn says Delta's good, people will believe that. And they should.
The whole thing is, though, he's got over 1 million miles with Delta. And did they acknowledge it other than giving him a bag of peanuts? No. They didn't give him a platinum card. They didn't give him fanfare or confetti when he got on the plane.
George Clooney in that movie much better than me.
Yeah.
Well, Craig, I've done almost 500 no vacancy lives with Glenn. We've done 22 of these shows with Glenn. Have we gotten adapters? Have we gotten, much more than one of the hats that got stolen? So it kind of trickles down.
I got more hats coming, Dave. More hats are coming. But more importantly, let me use this opportunity to change the topic. We're going to be doing Tuesdays through Thursday show this week, also on site. No Vacancy Live will air live from the Dallas Convention Center on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Tuesday night, at the opening ceremony, Sarah Dandashi, and Rupesh Patel are doing a special live show from the opening reception at AHOA. On Tuesday, I don't want to set up the gear again, so I'm doing the show from my hotel room. Wednesday and Thursday will be live. We got the special Friday night audit. I'm doing 2 No Vacancy lives. I'm doing other content there as well. Come on by, say hello. If you're in the AHOA community on Wednesday between 1 and 3, come by, share your story. We'll get you on air and talk about that. We're going to be doing it as well a little bit on that Thursday. So I'm very excited about all that.
And that's the cool thing about everything reopening up, right? There's so much great content coming out. There's so many great things happening. I mean, we just did shows. I should say you guys just did shows from Alice. We had Ellie Malouf on. We had Jen Grimble on. The great Sarah Dandashi, the LA tourism people, the Sonesta people, all live from the Intercon downtown. I mean, now you're getting back out there. You're going to be at Alice. You're going to be in Mexico. You're going to be in so many cool places that it's not going to be just you and Anthony from your basement anymore. It's really awesome to see.
Right.
I know. It's really great.
Well, I'll be at AHOA vlogging, and I'll be stopping by booth 404 to see Captain Chris and his crew, and going to visit our friends over at Red Roof and Best Western and Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, and IHG and everybody else. And we'll be putting out live vlogs from the event as well. So we're looking forward to it.
And of course, Craig, what's happening in early October this year?
Click 5.
Right, we've gotten out of control. Hold on, everybody. This is crazy. Things are out of control. I got to do this. Whoop, what the hell? Oh, Lord. Chris.
Yes.
Give yourself a plug. Give your company a good plug. You have earned it.
Thank you very much, Glenn and Craig and Dave. So thank y'all. We're just so blessed to be around, obviously, you guys and the message. We are I won't say a young organization. We've actually been around for a while. We've just been very boutique-ish, but as I've told a lot off air, this COVID has really taught us a lesson about what we can do and what we should be doing. And Pirate Revenue has taken on this sort of approach and this culture of helping everyone, no hotel left behind, keeping the doors open. And now we're springboarding into just letting everyone know that we are there to help them. And we're so excited to do this AHOA-Con. I can't tell you. I've been very quiet. Well, I won't say quiet because I've been talking my ass off, but I've had a good time on the show. I've had great experience and exposure through everybody here. And next week, we're just going to do what we can to make the most of what we're doing here and to become the trusted partner, as my banner says, in revenue management support. So we truly believe that's who we are and what we were meant to be. So thank you for helping us.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
Chris, I may have missed it. Where can people learn more about the company?
Right now on our LinkedIn website, it's linkedin.com/Canyon Creek Lodging. So, and then our website is coming soon. I've had some hiccups there. If you guys can help me with a website, please let me know. We'll talk about that next week.
I have great company for you. Call me.
Thank you. We'll do that. I promise. But through that, we've got, our business cards. We'll be attacking everybody next week with the direct stuff. But as we get through this process and through here, I want to make sure everybody has our access. Our phone numbers will be attached. I'll make sure that gets attached to this as well. So, but we're here to help hotels. That's all it is to it.
And I'm going to put Chris on the spot here, guys. When you sign up with them, you will get a personalized eye patch.
You absolutely will get an eye patch. And look, I got a whole bag of them, dude. And then I got these, I got a roll of stickers. I got all sorts of stuff and collateral and everything else. And if we don't have them, if we run out of them at the show, we'll mail them to whoever we sign up and anybody else that wants one.
There you go.
No question. Yep. You're not putting me on the spot.
I feel like I missed an incredible show to miss. It's a revenue management show. I'm in revenue management. It's whiskey show. I love whiskey.
Craig, your fridge opened on its own.
Right, you are.
I think we just found a new partner in our revenue management team.
That's
awesome.
I think so. You know what? He'd also be a good one for you to coach for real estate acquisitions as well. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. It's all about networking, isn't it, Craig?
Yes, it is.
Gosh.
And
Yeah,
that's what else better to build a professional network than Friday Night Audit.
Hey, Glenn and I have turned a career into networking, so.
Unfortunately, my networking career turned into my not working career. So.
There you go.
That's
so,
funny.
We're getting ready for Click 5, October 5th, JW Marriott, the crown jewel of the Anaheim Resort area. But we're also looking for sponsors so that Glenn and I can spend 24 hours in business class. We will bring you the highlights, the absurdity, the fun, the games, the tragedy, the terror of it all. So, but we need to get some sponsors for that.
The drunken tirades.
Highlights is a very loose term when we're talking about this right now.
And then we just filmed the last episode of season 4 of Click Connect. That will be released soon. And then producer Danny's on her way to the Netherlands. We're taking a little time off. We're retooling the show, and we're coming back with some exciting new segments and a big change on the show.
Ooh.
A really cool question, guys. So I know we're running out of time here. We're running long. So if you guys can keep this really short, maybe one sentence each. Chris, we'll start with you. What is your top travel tip?
Top travel tip. Oh my God, you're going to catch me. Really put me on the spot here. I love driving, and I think my biggest travel tip is to just book as early as possible. How's that? Right now, right now the booking patterns are so short term and so erratic. Make your travel plans early and try to stay tuned in. How's that?
I am the poster child for that, Chris Baggett. I stayed at the Intercontinental downtown Los Angeles.
Yep.
Booked February 3rd, $215 a night, cheaper than the Hotel Indigo. Boom.
I love it. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's the value is there. The brands, the chains have already identified that there's a deeper market for that advanced purchase. So take advantage of it. And
Yep.
you know you're going to travel. And right now we're past all those idiosyncrasies of whether we're going to travel or not. And while we still have little things like Delta variants and stuff, the confidence is returning. Don't be afraid to shop early. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in true, and that was a great answer, Chris, but in true no vacancy live fashion, of us always staying on script, I asked for one sentence and got an entire monologue. All right,
Glenn tells me, Glenn's like, hey man, I really I don't like dead air and stuff. I was like, have you talked to Craig? Because I can't shut the hell up. Are you kidding?
That's a good thing. That's a really good
That's
thing.
a good
I got
thing.
a screaming child in the back. But for me, listen, guys,
Right.
Times Square today. Make sure you check out Times Square today. Follow it on YouTube. All the podcast channels. We're going to be filming our new episode shortly. Actually coming up this week. So we're going to have the August episode of Times Square today. Of course, with the president of the Times Square Alliance, Mr. Tom Harris, and not with him, as he just doesn't.
I love it.
Show as we move through the summer, and of course, September 14th is the
Stand
official
up.
reopening of Broadway. So we're going to be talking a lot about that.
I love it. Awesome. I can't wait for New York to come back to it, man. It's been too long. And LA too,
Yep.
Craig. I mean, come on. It's insane.
Well, if you want to see what's going on about LA, watch our show from this Tuesday, No Vacancy Live. We're at Adam Burke, the CEO of LA Tourism, on there. As Colleen was asking about next week's schedule again, no vacancy Monday. I didn't want to do a 12 o'clock show, shut down my gear at 1, pack it up fast, run to the airport. It would have been too frenetic for me. I'm getting too old. I can't deal. No show Monday. Tuesday, there will be a show, special show Tuesday night if you're at a HOA live in person at the opening ceremony. Wednesday, live no vacancy, other special content. Live Friday night audit, Wednesday edition, 5 p.m., 4 p.m. local time, 4 p.m. local time. Live no vacancy Thursday, Friday, I die. Thank you.
Are we doing the audit at the regular time on Friday from Showboat?
Next
No
Wednesday.
Yes, the Showboat audit on Friday the 13th is at 5 p.m. because the ticket time for fish shows are 7:30, but that really means they go on about 8:15. So I have time to pack up the gear, throw it up to my room, do the 20-minute walk down the boardwalk. But
Where's the show going to be?
it's on the beach.
Oh, across from which hotel?
I think it's out front of Bally's in that area of the boardwalk.
Okay, so that's not a bad walk. For those who don't
No,
know,
it's like 15
it's a really easy walk to get to.
15, 20 minutes on a summer night walking down the boardwalk. How great is that? And then,
I
Hey,
want
have
you to
him.
get one of the. I want you to get one of the people that push you down the boardwalk.
oh yeah, for sure. All right, I think we got to
Glenn.
I think we got to end this thing.
No, wait a minute, Glenn. Have the hotel have a golf cart ready for you. They can take you and all the gear back to your hotel room. Then they can bring you back to the concert. That way you're not overtaxed, overheated, and exhausted for fish.
I appreciate that. I figure the amount of money I spent going to these concerts, the band should send me a limo, right?
Yeah, to go a block and a half, I don't think so, but the hotel will.
Yeah. Well, let me just thank my good friend Chris Green, CEO of Chesapeake Hospitality, and Steve Sharkey, the GM over there, for taking good care of me. I know that you guys will. Thank you guys so much for being here. Well, that's it for another Friday Night Out. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in Dallas. Come see us live at the Dallas Convention Center. I think we're drinking wine. We may be drinking it out of knapsacks. I'm not sure. Sneak in some booze. We'll see you there. Have a great week.
Hello?
That's the wrong one. At the end of the show,
we are over 2 today since I've been on the show.
I'm 0 for 3. Oh, God.